basketball program feuding with the football program and vice versa over whether they are a basketball or football school. We've talked about this before on the show. In my opinion, almost every state likes football more than they do basketball. The only possible exceptions in the United States, I really believe, are North Carolina. I think you can argue whether the state of North Carolina likes basketball more than it likes football. I think you can argue it certainly about Kentucky, and I think you can argue it about Indiana. But ultimately, I think there are more football fans, even in North Carolina, even in Kentucky, even in Indiana, than there are basketball fans. And certainly the dollars reflect that that is true. What do I mean by that? Mark Stoops makes, for the University of Kentucky through football, more money, the last time I saw the numbers, substantially more money for the Kentucky football program than they do for the Kentucky basketball program. Doesn't mean that Kentucky doesn't have a big basketball team and that a lot of people don't care about it. It just means that even in Kentucky, SEC football is so big that they are making more money than the basketball program is. Now, I also think, in general, every state in the union is a football state, even Kentucky, even North Carolina, even Virginia. But I also think every school should aspire to be a football and a basketball school. I don't buy into this idea that in this era, you have to care about one more than you care about the other. I think the reason Kentucky has been good in basketball and not great in football certainly has a lot to do with Adolph Rupp and Bear Bryant deciding to leave the University of Kentucky to go to Texas A&M and then go on to Alabama back in the day. People forget that Bear Bryant was ever there. But really, fans respond to winning. And if you look around the country, Baylor won a basketball title. Baylor was one of the worst basketball programs in the country. They fired a coach because he had helped to allegedly cover up a murder, for God's sake. And now they have won a national championship. You can, I believe, if you get the right coach, win at an elite level anywhere now in a way that historically was not true. Because historically, if you think about it, it used to be a really big deal if you were on television or not, if people paid attention to your program or not. Now everybody does. Everybody pays attention. You can watch any football game anywhere in the country. You can watch any college program. So the whole argument of football school versus basketball school, people in the state of Kentucky care more about football than they ever have in my life because of Mark Stoops. And I don't begrudge him for deciding to bow up when John Calipari brags about them being a basketball school. Because remember, John Calipari, for all of the talent that he has brought through the University of Kentucky, relatively minor in terms of only winning one national championship. I know he's had success, Final Fours, everything else, but for as long as John Calipari has been at Kentucky and for as many elite talents as he has brought through the Bluegrass, you have to say that he has underperformed to only have one national championship. So, I mean, the way to put this forward is, look, John Calipari has one more national title at Kentucky than Mark Stoops does. I don't think Kentucky's ever going to win at a high level in football in terms of being able to compete for a national championship. But if I were Mark Stoops, I'd argue that we were. And you can argue that Kentucky could be second best team in the East this year. They're not going to be better than Georgia. I happen to not think they're going to be better than Tennessee, but they're in the top 25 to start the year.